All right, so I might have the total solution, maybe, for all this forward-facing sonar situation with bass fishing. It's been the chatter, it's been the talk, it's been what's been going on here for the last 18 months or so. I feel like in the last 12 months, last year really ratcheted up. A lot of people saying, ban it, get rid of it. A lot of people saying they like it. So it's really kind of divided 50-50, and there's never been a solution. I think that I may have kind of come up with the proper solution. We'll see. Let's judge it by the feedback from this video. But I want to kind of throw it out there for everybody. Throw it out there and let you guys chew on it. Chomp, 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 chomp. Let you guys chew on it and see what you think about my possible perfect solution for the forward-facing sonar situation in bass tournaments. Now, I think this is something that could be adapted for all tournaments, possibly even in regulations and in state law, potentially, but here we go. So I really got annoyed by people that said, basically that they just ban it. Guys like me have been fishing a long time, and they just come out and say they don't like it. They're not good at it. They just want to ban it. So that's just kind of a silly solution. You don't throw technology out. You figure out how to keep it competitive and how to keep it normal as far as competition goes. So I kept challenging people. Well, come on, give me a solution. Give me a solution. So a number of the people I talked to, they couldn't give me a solution. They couldn't give me a solution. So I came home from Texas from the 2 Elite Series tournaments done there, and I come back to Missile Baits, and our warehouse manager, Mark, threw out an idea, and he said, hey man, how about in your tournaments you guys have like a time limit that you can use on there? And he meant for like the whole tournament, for like all 4 days. You can use it however much you want to. You could use it all on day one, you could use it all in 2 days, whatever. And I was like, man, that'd be kind of hard to regulate, and I don't think they could do that. And then it got me churning, it got me thinking, and we started bouncing things back and forth. So I came up with the idea to have these units, whether it's Humminbird, Lowrance, or Garmin, have a software update to have what's called tournament mode. And in tournament mode, the forward-facing sonar transducer is only allowed to run for a certain period of time during each day. So when you turn tournament mode on, it makes a log in these units, whatever unit it might be, and it makes a log to where you can always go back. The tournament director, so to speak, can go back and look at when that tournament mode was turned on or turned off. That tournament mode would be allow that unit, whichever unit it is, it would only allow that unit to be used for 1 to 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. And I think that should be voted on by all stakeholders, really. The pros obviously should have some say in it. The tournament organizations and the video production people should have some say in it. And I think the fans should have some say in it. I think the fans should have some say in what amount of time that they think anglers should be allowed. And this should be something that could be like turned on and turned off. Like you can use it in the morning, you can use it in the afternoon, you can whatever. You don't have to use it, or you burn it all up right off the bat. But like when you're running your boat, you can turn it off, and then when you stop and get to fishing, you can turn it back on. So I don't know. I personally think 1 to 2 hours is 1.5 maybe is the limit that you get for the whole day, and you can turn it on and turn it off. So if you get on a school of fish and you find them and you turn it off and you fish for them and you catch some, then you can. I don't know. That's my idea. With a software update with all any of these units, very easily done, very easily done, and that would make to where all of these electronic units are still extremely relevant in tournament fishing, in fishing in general. This is a situation to where when these software updates are done, they could be done for crappie tournaments, they could be done for lower level tournaments like the Bassmaster Opens or Toyota Series events, BFLs, Local team tournaments could say, look, you guys, if you're going to be using forward facing, you got to make sure it's in tournament mode, Bassmaster tournament mode, whatever you want to call it. I think that you could make that specific to tournament competition. That's kind of the idea that me and Mark kind of kicked around and bounced back and forth. I'm telling you right now, this could be done extremely easily for the electronics companies if they should buy in. The electronics companies have to buy into this idea. This would keep their electronics relevant. I think that even they could make state regulations. I've heard that a few states, Wisconsin and even Tennessee, of all places, are considering regulations for forward-facing sonar, because with crappie and other species that get harvested more than, say, bass, it's something that would be considered for regulation. So I think using the forward-facing regulation of putting it in tournament mode, making sure people can only use it for a portion of the day, not all day, that would be a way to regulate it, keep it in check, but still utilize it. Still use it, not throw it out the window. It's just like, I don't know, it feels like it's kind of a wild thing. I don't think that any of the tournament trails are going to ban forward-facing sonar. You just had the forward-facing sonar tournament. Chris Johnston won. Shout out to Chris Johnston. But he can win anything, anywhere, anytime. Just an amazing angler. So you give amazing anglers a little extra technology, they're just going to catch them even better. That's the result. Now, if the fans don't like watching it, okay, that's cool. We'll try to give you a mix. Let's give you a mix of a little bit of forward and a little bit of whatever. So I think that would be a kind of a fun way to do it. I don't think it would be too complicated. I think it would be, like when you hit your button to turn your forward facing on, you'd have a countdown. You could see exactly how much time you had left, whether it's a 1 hour, hour and a half, whatever it is. You could turn it on, and then if you hook that fish, man, if you're good enough to jump down there and pause it while you're reeling that fish in, so be it. You can kind of keep your time how you want it. But I just think it would be a fun way to kind of spice it up, give the give the viewers something to see. They're going to see plenty of other topwater, shallow water, shallow fishing, flipping. They're going to see more of that kind of stuff that I think they want to see. And then, a lot of anglers, older guys like myself, that, kind of got started and, they're basically their whole careers are without forward-facing sonar. It would not make us more relevant by any means, but it would be something that the older fans that, we're watching, the Mark Menendez, myself. I'm no shade at Mark. He's just a little bit older than me, but we've been fishing a long time. He's a little bit longer than I have, but he and I, are more of the old school. But we're definitely still learning the forward facing. I just think it would be a fun mixture, and some of these guys like Kiyoya, Fujita, and Cifuentes, whoever you want to name, the guys that are really good with this forward facing stuff, it would still allow them time to be able to utilize the forward facing and capitalize on it, but they would also have to rely on some other stuff. So I think that's kind of what a lot of people's gripe is with all the forward facing sonar stuff, is that, man, it makes people one-dimensional. You can show up at a tournament, show up at a lake and just cut it on and just ride around out in the abyss and catch suspended fish. I'm gonna just tell you right now, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. But watching it could be a little bit boring, because you see guys just standing there with a rod and then moving the trolling motor and buzzing around until they see something they think they can catch. The guys that are really good at it, they buzz around and buzz around and buzz around and buzz around, and they're like, nope, 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 nope. That doesn't look good, doesn't look right, doesn't look good. Those are small ones, doesn't look good. And then they're like, oh, there they are. Because they've spent enough time with it, they understand how to utilize that technology and how to catch those fish. So that's my idea. You guys drop down there in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say. I'll try to get back to you as much as I can. Got a tournament trying to prepare for here, but I figured I'd want to put this out there. I put it out there on Ike Live the other day. We're doing a little podcast. with Mike, and I really kind of dropped that down. Mike loved the idea. He thought it was really cool. I dropped it to Ish. He thought it was a really good idea. At first he said you can't enforce it, and I was like, no, you can enforce it, because you have a tournament log that's going to be in the hard drive of these units. You can't erase that unless you just want to, like, you know, I'm not even go political. You want to smash your BlackBerry. Let's just say that. You can't smash your BlackBerry or put bleach bit on your units, because that would just be crazy. And bass fishermen we're crazy, but we ain't that crazy. So anyway, I think you could definitely do it, and you could enforce it. So hypothetically, let's say you could enforce it. You could absolutely polygraph for that question as well if somebody had that issue or had a problem with it. And in Bassmaster competition as well, we have GoPros somewhere in the back of our boat, so we can watch how long that you might be, say, looking at your forward-facing sonar. So I think you could enforce it with Bassmaster competition. Other tournament trails, I'm not sure how easily or so you could enforce it, but I totally think you could. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Drop it down there in the comments. Let me hear what you have to say. I know we're gonna fill it up. Guys, don't get crazy. Randy Blockett's probably going to have a say in this. I think he should have a say in this. I really would like to hear what Randy Blockett has to say about this mixture, about this marriage of old school, new school, kind of like a little bit of a marriage. Like, do you get half hour, 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 4 hours? How long do you get? Old school, new school with the forward facing stuff. Let us know. Appreciate you guys watching as always.